and do these 4 steps, you'll learn to be successful, to be able to make money consistently, to be able to supplement your income or make it your primary source of income within 6 to 12 months, just by simplifying the process. And then after that, if you want to expand your horizons and do more things, you can.
Please subscribe to our channel. Have fun trading.
In this video, we're going to discuss the process that needs to be taken to be able to trade successfully with 1DTE trades. Now, the 1DTE strategy is literally you put on the trade today and it expires tomorrow. It's called the 1DTE trading strategy. Now, you've probably heard of the 0DTE, and that's when you're day trading something like the SPX and you're getting out of it the same day. You put on a trade and you're either going to win or lose that day. That trade is super popular right now, and we do teach that at the Dorian Trader. But in this video, we want to focus on something that's a little easier, but just as powerful, and that's the 1DTE trade and 4 steps that you need to take to be successful at this process. Right? So we have a number of people come to us and they say, can I make X percent per month? Can I trade for a living? Can I trade and supplement my income? And the answer is to yes to all of that. Right? Yes to most of the time when people come to us, the answer is yes, you can, but it all depends on what you're looking for, how much capital you have, and how much time you have to be able to put into learning options. We've been teaching people for a few years now, and what I've come to understand is that to learn options, you have to have the desire to put in some time. Regardless of how smart you are, options are hard to learn for everyone. So if you're not putting in the time and you're only participating once a week on an hour-long call with other members or something such as that, you're not going to get what you need. You have to put in the time. It's just like in school, you have to come back and do homework or something such as that. If you don't do it, you're not going to be able to accelerate your learning process. Yeah, you're going to learn some things, but maybe not at the pace that you need to. So what we have come up with recently is a process that we believe if you use a 4-step process. We're going to go over those steps here in a second. But before we do that, I just want to point out that we will super appreciate if you like and subscribe to our channel. Support us that way. We super appreciate it. Thank you in advance. With that said, let's start off with the 4 steps that you need to have to be able to learn to trade successfully with short-term type of trades. Now, it's some things around this, some nuances around these 4 steps, but we try to simplify the process by just indicating 4 steps that you can really understand. You can actually visualize the steps in your mind. So if you can do these 4 steps and do it at a high level, then you can be successful at this process. All right, so step number 1 is learning to put the trade on correctly. Learning to put the trade on correctly. And that entails you understanding the expected move, the implied volatility, what strikes you should be at based on deltas, what's the width of the spread you should do, and what's the if you're doing a 1DT trade, what time should you put that trade on? Should you put it on early in the morning? Should you put it on just before the market close? Things like that, all those kind of nuances regarding the trading the 1DT process. But that first step is you have to understand how to put the trade on. As simply as that. Understand how to put the trade on. Okay? The next step, step number 2, is you have to understand how to read that trade when it's on. Are you profitable? Are you losing? Are you losing too much? Do you need to make an adjustment? Can you take profits off? All of those type of factors, you need to understand what's going on with the trade. And we at the Dorian Trader believe that's just understanding how to read your portfolio on a you have to know how to read it on the portfolio level and on an individual level. So if you're only trading this one strategy, you have to understand what's going on. And step number 3 is understanding how to adjust the trade if required. When should you adjust the trade and how you should adjust that trade? Should it be something that's done in the same expiration period, or should you roll that trade out? Should you move it out? See, at the Dorian Trader, we teach you how to adjust that trade on a super high level so that you can win 90+% of the time after you after you make that adjustment. So adjusting, this step 3, this adjusting is super hard. This is the most difficult step for people to learn, but it's worth it. If you can learn how to adjust at a high level, you can expedite your learning process and your winning probabilities. You have to learn how to adjust, and you can't leave it to someone else. This is a participation sport. You have to participate to be able to do this successfully. Okay? And step number 4 is learning how to take off the trade. You have to know how to take off the trade successfully. What does that mean? Are you using a stop loss on the short legs only? Are you using a stop loss on the spread that you're doing on the call side or the put side? Are you using a stop loss on the entire spread? Are you not using a stop loss at all and going by risk zones that we teach at the Dorian way? We teach all these different ways that fits your temperament. Right? So in this video, we're not going over all the steps that of putting on the trade. We're not showing that on the platform. We're not talking about how you can, move the trades around using TastyTrade or Thinkorswim, the kind of platforms we recommend. You can get that information in other videos that we have, and we encourage you to go to that. But in this video, we're just talking about these 4 steps and how you can be successful with it. Right? You have to learn to be able to put on a trade, how to read that trade, how to adjust that trade, and then how to take that trade off successfully based on a few different factors. Right? But it's literally just 4 steps for you to be successful. It doesn't take long. We can teach you how to be a successful trader within 6 to 12 months. Some people, if you have some experience, a decent amount of experience, you understand the process enough, we can do it in 3 months. Right? So just think about this. You can change your lifestyle by at least supplementing your income. And maybe if you have bigger aspirations and the true fortitude and desire to do it, become a full-time trader within 6 to 12 months. You just need to simplify the process and do 4 steps. Right? And what we do with those 4 steps, we have people trade only 2 things. We have them trade, as you can see on the screen here, the ES, which is the S&P 500 options on futures, and we have them trade the SPX, which is the cash settled options, which is also the S&P 500. We simplify things. We say only trade the S&P 500 broad index and do these 4 steps. You'll learn to be successful, to be able to make money consistently, to be able to supplement your income or make it your primary source of income within 6 to 12 months, just by simplifying the process. And then after that, if you want to expand your horizons and do more things, you can. But this is how we will get you to where you need to be. If you're interested, please consider subscribing to our channel and watching other videos, leaving comments, and joining the Dorian Trader. If you have some questions, just please leave it in the comment area. We thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.